Hi, and welcome back to part two of our Christmas episode, Tea and Taboos. We are here. Hello, Alana, again.
Hello, Tracy. How's it going?
It's going fine. I mean, where were we at the end of the last episode?
Gosh, it's
Oh,
yeah.
lobster wars and fireworks.
We're at Lobster Wars and Fireworks, and this episode we were sort of both on the internet and just sort of looking around, and I stumbled across the London Dungeon, which is where I used to work as an entertainer and actor. What the London Dungeon is, it's essentially like a history maze. You walk through the history of London. You're introduced to characters like from the bubonic plague or Guy Fawkes or Henry VIII's jesters, and they
Okay.
normally do like little takeover things. So for example, around Halloween, they'll always do like a takeover. So when I worked there, it was the Witchfinder General, which we covered a little bit before. And then they'll put out material around Christmas time as well. So they did like a really wonderful little skit. I think it was only a couple minutes long about the history of Christmas. You know,
Okay.
it gets me thinking because a lot of people are saying, oh, I wish I had this and I wish I had this, and it's really hard times for everyone right now with the pandemic and COVID, and everyone's feeling pretty broke and poor and everything's so expensive. But then when I look
Absolutely.
back at that video, I thought, you know what, we've got so much compared to the people, 19, I think it was the First World War, early 1900s, and blackouts were frequent. That it was rationing of food because the front lines were so terrible, they just weren't getting any food. So you were
Boy.
lucky to sit down with a slice of bread, like, and that was your Christmas meal, because it was a meal and it was Christmas time. So you took whatever you could and you rationed it, and you just tried to celebrate in whatever best way that you could. And then it dated back to the early 1600s. Oliver Cromwell actually tried to sort of punch the fun out of Christmas, because he thought,
Oh,
no,
I
it's
remember
about
that.
religion, right? It's
Oh,
about
yeah,
religion.
yeah, of
And
course.
you're a
Yeah.
sinner if you're having fun. So he'd actually sentence people to hang, which is a very,
Well,
very dark time. Not 'tis the season to be jolly at all, because he
so
thought it's
basically, you're
religion.
saying that if we went, oh, I don't know,
Yeah.
shopping for presents.
If we were in 1600 and we were going to buy, I don't know what, like wine or what have you, and yeah, Oliver Cromwell wouldn't like that, because he think, no, it's a religion thing and it's to do with religion, purely religion, 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 religion. So that's what he wanted to do, and
So
people go to church and pray.
you
Yeah, no,
mean
none of
you
that.
mean they cancelled Christmas?
Yeah, none of that. That wasn't allowed. No jingle bells, no sledging, no
No.
nothing. He just did not see it as a time that people should celebrate and get drunk and be with family. It was all religion based. And that's what he really sort of put into the minds of people. And it was punishable by death. If you were out on the lash and drinking and having a good time, he didn't see you fit. So
Well, saying that, I mean,
yeah,
Christmas is actually the Mass of Christ, it's
yeah,
the like
yeah.
religious Mass of Christ. And I mean, Father Christmas, I think, hails from Saint Nicholas, which I think is German, or perhaps I don't go into history on this one. Uh,
Yeah.
I
And
just
you've
found
got
pictures and they all
Krampus.
look very pretty. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, no, and I mean the idea of our Christmas tree in England and even in the States or Canada and Australia now,
Yeah.
that was from Germany as well, because they used to bring in the tree and decorate it and whatever. And Queen Victoria brought it in for Albert, or her
Oh, there you
cousin.
go.
Yeah. I mean, it's we do these things, but essentially that's what it's all about. It's about this birth of Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's his birthday and he got three presents.
Mm, there you
But
go.
then, but you look at the stuff that we line up and queue for every freaking Christmas season, and they're getting pricier and pricier. I swear, it's like we're Scrooge. We're like the
Yeah. Honestly, it's quite funny though, because speaking of religion, this came to light, and TikTok is like the most powerful social media tool that's about right now. We're seeing stars born from TikTok. And it's quite funny because someone has actually come forward and said what angels really look like in the Bible. So now
oh
there's loads
yeah,
of
I heard that.
memes all over Facebook, like, babe, don't forget to put the biblical correct angel on top of the tree. But it's like this thing with like feathers and loads of thousands of eyes, and it's like they're kind of like making these memes about it. And it's like, yeah, angels are like a little bit intimidating. And then there's like these memes where it's like, do not fear. And it's like, how can you not fear that? Like, it's not the angelic cherubs that you see and babies and little wings. It's like, that's what's described in the Bible. So people are like saying, oh, let's get a biblical correct angel to put on a
Well,
tree.
I mean, I think we're all sort of like, I mean, a little bit confused about what we're supposed to be doing at Christmas. I mean, I used to remember,
I think so.
if you go to an Anglican church at Christmas, you get
Mm-hmm.
a similar kind of pomp and ceremony as you do for the Catholic Church, with everybody in their robes and wandering around with the incense and the yada yada.
Yeah.
And but the Presbyterian Church, and especially in South Africa, I mean, my mom tried to keep the whole Christmas thing going, but it's like really hot in South Africa at Christmas time. Everybody
It's like
just
in
wants to go
Australia.
swimming or go to the sea or do anything. We just
Yeah.
don't want to be eating a huge Christmas dinner. Um, yeah. So, but we'd go to the Christmas church, whatever, and there'd be a little nativity and stuff. But I don't know whether I'm getting old and it's just sort of like lost its charm.
I feel that too. Like just as you get older, you kind of like the novelty kind of wears off a bit. And the guy that I was seeing when we went to a party, you kind of live it for the kids. So you buy like presents for the kids, and it's almost like you see them getting excited and there's nostalgia, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember when Christmas was like really fun, and you're so excited to get your stocking. But then as you get older, you realize how expensive it is, and how it's all commercial, and how it's all money, 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 money. And then like people are feeling a bit down this year because it's
They're
COVID.
only
We
getting
don't know.
socks for Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. People are struggling. The price of gas is insane. And then I spoke to
Mm.
one of my clients the other day. She says to me, she goes, you know what? They're going to be raising the price of groceries more next year. And I thought, how are people even going to afford to eat at this rate? Because people are even struggling to get work right
Baked
now as well.
beans.
So yeah,
Baked
yeah,
beans.
literally baked beans. I actually had some earlier. Oh,
Uh,
I like a little
they're, they're very,
British
they're very,
breakfast.
very good for you on a
They
Christmas.
are very good for
Don't-
you. They do make you fart, but they're packed full of fiber, and they're really good for your digestive tract. So there you go.
there is
Beans,
that.
everyone.
They're full of nutrition. And
Health,
how's that
health
for?
benefits. Get yourself baked beans. Merry
Can you,
Christmas, all.
I mean, saying that, we're laughing here, but there's people out there who'd be dying for a can of baked beans for a Christmas lunch.
It's true. That
You
is very
know,
true. Yeah, I hate to waste food, especially around Christmas time, because I think like, okay, yes, I've lost people, and it does get a little lonely. But then I think about it, and I was like, there's literally children in the world who would do anything for just a single bean to have something in their stomach because they're so starved, and their poor bellies are bloated out from just air. So it's like when you look
oh,
at
you
the
see, now
yeah,
I'm going to stop you there. And I say this for two reasons. One, we're running out of time. And
yes,
two, we've been screwed enough.
that's true.
You know,
I
it
am
does.
pretty screwed
Yeah.
these days.
Uh,
I'm the Grinch.
I can't even get a couple of ghosts. I can't even excite up a couple of ghosts.
I know. Okay, guys, I guess we'll be back for round number 2. Our video is about to end.
Adieu. Merry Christmas. Happy New Feliz Navidad. Does anybody want to sing us out with Beyonce? Anyone?
Feliz Navidad.
All I want for Christmas is
It's
you.
you.
Oh, we'll
They've
stop.
made so much money off
We'll
us.
stop there. Yes, stop.